Andy, you've called your house settled. Very appropriate. How do you see your future here on the island, and what do you see for the future of the Northumbria community?
I would say that in terms of being here on the island, we called the house settled, not because we were sure that this was the house we were ever going to be in, but we did that as just hammering another post in the ground and saying we're here and we're here for good. And I feel that it's important to be here, to be some kind of visible presence, and to be here to facilitate and be some kind of a reflector for people who come and who need to talk when they're on the island.
Yeah.
And to support a lot of things. This is a place still of initiatives, and a number of people come to the island to pray before they go off to start different initiatives, and it's like a launching place.
Yeah.
To be here is very, very important. I would say in terms of the work of the community, we've always said from the beginning that the things that God's entrusted to us are not just for ourselves alone, but that we had to be prepared to share whatever He'd entrusted to us and let people take from them what they needed. And it's a little bit like the widow and her sons, where they brought all the different containers, and you just poured what you'd got, and the oil only ran out when they stopped giving. When they stopped pouring, then there would be no oil left. As long as we keep giving away what God entrusted to us, then I don't think we'll ever run short. And I think the things that have been achieved already through the community have been phenomenal. There have been people who've come to the community and have found a home. There's other people who have come to whoever they've met from the community and have found that to be helpful or a blessing on their way, but they haven't stayed. But there's other people who have that sense of belonging. I think it's less to do with the Mother House now, thank goodness. There's people taking the availability and the vulnerability, taking the rule, asking what it means in their lives, in their circumstances, what it means to live as Kingdom on the streets, as Church Without Walls, as heretical imperative incarnate, to actually go in and hopefully do things that are distinctive and radical but so diverse. I think I want to just share two different things with you. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
One's about the island.
Okay.
And I'll read you this. This I wrote a lot of years ago, but it tells a little bit about what it feels like to be here on the island with people coming. Holy Island, well known to warriors, crossed to by kings, prayed in place of princes, made holy by early monks. Tidal Island, visited by vast numbers of pilgrims, curious travellers. Pilgrims, schoolboys and students, pilgrims, walkers and bird watchers, pilgrims, historians and holiday makers, pilgrims, painters, photographers, pilgrims, seekers, souls ill at ease, restless, searching, stirred deep inside. Here, away from the hurry, carloads of trippers come to catch the atmosphere and bring their hurry with them. Eyes searching out the shops, the cafe or the pub. Sniff suspiciously at the weather, put on a coat and buy an ice cream. Or stroll slowly down the street to quickly see what there is to see. And those who pause long enough to let the silence speak, or wander beyond the village streets, breathe the sea air, and perhaps are touched by the prayer that made this place a holy place, and keeps this place holy, set apart, a meeting place for God and people of today. Come with your certainty, and go away with questions, hard to word, but harder still to forget. Come with your questions, expecting God to answer, and go away still no clearer, but with a heart stretched from breathing deeply in the stillness, in the heavy presence of the one who makes this place a holy place, and our lives his cradle.
Thank you, Andy.
Can I say the other one?
Yes, by all means.
This is a quote from a guy called Frederick Buechner,
Okay.
and it's talking about, I suppose, God being at work in the world in general, and not sort of confined, certainly not confined into sort of church life or anything like that, but just reckoning that our job is to somehow work with the process of what he's already up to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this one's probably my favourite quote. I keep unwrapping what it means. All being well, I can remember it. Who knows how the knowledge of God's love first hits a person? Everyone has their own tale to tell, including the person who wouldn't believe in God if you paid him. Some moment happens in your life that makes you say yes right to the roots of your hair, that makes it worth having been born just to have happen. Whether you thank God for such a moment or thank your lucky stars, it's a moment that's trying to open up your whole life. Waking up to the first snow, laughing with somebody till the tears run down your cheeks, being in bed with somebody you love. If you were to turn your back on such a moment and hurry along to business as usual, it might lose you the ball game. If you were to throw your arms around such a moment and hug it like crazy, it could just save your soul. How about the person who, as far as you can possibly tell, has never had such a moment? The soreheads and slobs of this world, the ones the world has hopelessly crippled. Maybe for just such a person, the moment that has to happen is you. Maybe the moment is you.